Hello and welcome everybody to another SCP entry. Today we will finally find out the identity of the mysterious robotic entity we encountered in the last episode. If you haven't watched our last episode, there is a link in the description. Also, while you're at it, subscribe to our channel to get notified of all future SCP content. And without any further ado, let's get right into the files. Item SCP-7376-C. Clearance Level 4. Containment Class Euclid. Secondary Class Integrated. Disruption Class Dark. Risk Class Notice. Special Containment Procedures. In accordance with the Integration Program, SCP-7376-C is to be employed at Site-17 as a consultant. He is no longer to be referred to with standard object pronouns, its/its, and, outside of SCP documentation, is to be solely referred to by name. SCP-7376-C has been authorized to move about freely in all areas of the facility open to personnel of Level 2 security clearance and below, though you may not travel outside the facility without ETTRA authorization and an escort of at least 2 guards. A tracking device has been embedded in SCP-7376-C's left shoulder, which may not be deactivated or surgically removed. Appropriate supplies for prosthesis maintenance are to be provided to SCP-7376-C. In the event that one or more of his prostheses cease functioning, Foundation personnel may only aid in their repair if given explicit permission from SCP-7376-C or if SCP-7376-C has been incapacitated to the point that he can no longer do so himself. Botanical and mycological anomalies are not allowed within 10 meters of SCP-7376-C. He may not, under any circumstances, be brought within 1 kilometer of SCP-7376-A or SCP-7376-B. Description: SCP-7376-C is a human male of Middle Eastern descent that appears to be in his early 30s. A thaumaturgic sigil that emits trace amounts of Akiva radiation has been etched into his forehead, and a significant portion of his body has been replaced with the following anomalous prosthetics. 1. Prosthetic hand, replacing left hand and half of left forearm. 2. Prosthetic arm, replacing right arm and right shoulder. 3. Prosthetic leg, replacing left foot, calf, and 2/3 of thigh. 4. Ocular implants, replacing both eyes. 5. Synthetic organs, replacing liver and 1.2 meters of small intestine. 6. SCP-7376-C1, replacing heart. 7. SCP-7376-C2, replacing cervical vertebrae, occipital bone, and 75% of temporal lobe. SCP-7376-C's prosthetic limbs place a certain amount of strain on his body, to the degree that he occasionally needs additional mobility aids to move about without pain or impairment. When given the chance to replace his prosthetics with superior Anderson robotics models, SCP-7376-C declined, stating an unwillingness to use prostheses that he could not personally disassemble or rebuild from scratch. All botanical and mycological life placed within 7.7 meters of SCP-7376-C will experience senescence at a 220% faster rate. This effect exponentially increases if the plant or fungus in question is physically touched by SCP-7376-C. Sustained contact will cause the subject to wither, rot, and disintegrate within 5 to 310 seconds, depending on its size. Sapient botanical/mycological entities, when placed within SCP-7376-C's line of sight, at a safe distance, universally report feelings of unease. SCP-7376-C can remember anything he has seen or heard since SCP-7376-C2's activation with perfect recall. He possesses extensive knowledge of many academic fields, to the extent that he has received honorary Foundation doctorates in linguistics, history, engineering, and theology. Addendum 7376-C1, Association with Mechanism. Outside of texts connected to Abrahamic religions, the majority of extant documents relating to SCP-7376-C are historical records and religious texts belonging to the Church of the Broken God. SCP-7376-C is widely attributed with creating an accumulation of scientific documents, blueprints, sketches, and philosophical musings collectively known as the Apparatus Liber. Though the Apparatus Liber makes no reference toward Mekane or its associated mythology, it is considered to be one of Mekanism's first holy texts due to its foundational role in Mekanist philosophy and engineering. Subsequent Mekanist texts refer to SCP-7376-C with a number of different names, the most commonly used being Kane, Cone, Can, Cabal, and Cubit. When asked which name, if any, was true, SCP-7376-C asserted that they were all equally correct. An antagonistic figure in many SCP-7376-C oriented Mekanist narratives is his twin brother, who is commonly referred to as Hedron, Hadron, Hebel, Habil, or Hevet. The word twin in this context has two meanings, gestated together inside the same womb and manufactured at the same time. Mekanist documents refer to SCP-7376-C both as a human and a machine, sometimes interchangeably within a singular text. To view all documents with a known or theorized connection to SCP-7376-C, contact Department of History Liaison Angela Hall. The following text fragment has been recovered from a Mekanist server.
Mekane cast her voice, the holy signal, that which is neither particle nor wave, into the wide world. For a time, the signal went unheeded, for men had been made deaf to the sound of divinity by their own accursed flesh. Only the prophet Cain, who had read the blueprints of creation, could hear her words. And so, Mekane brought Cain to the people and spoke many great truths through him. But all was not well, for the prophet's brother, Habil, was an agent of the flesh. Habil imposed upon the people the deception of flesh, to think the body a throne of the mind, rather than its prison. And the people turned against Cain, casting him into the desert so that he would be tortured by sand creatures and slowly starve to death. Cain walked alone through the desert for 3 to the 3rd days and 3 to the 3rd nights, but not once did he falter, for he knew that Mekane's grace was with him. And lo, on the 27th night, from the northwest heavens a molten star fell, and in that star's heart was an angel of brass and steel.
And with this ancient Mekhanite holy text, I will leave you all for today. I hope to see you again next time, when we will listen to a recorded interview of SCP-7376-C conducted by a Foundation researcher. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to stay updated on all further SCP content. And most importantly, have a great rest of your day.